Welcome to episode 8, I think, of Gardiner's Plot. I did have lots planned for today, but the beast from the east is still with us, so it's a bit snowy and way too cold to plant the seedlings out today. A little bit of a sparty. Oh, not sparty. I've currently got lots of chickens round by me. They like to gather. So this episode I'll just do an update on the garden, as there's not pretty much else I can do today. I've also got housewife duties as well and clean the house. Well, that was an attractive shot, wasn't it? So yes, I'll give you a little walk around the garden. Tadpoles, I'll give you an update on tadpoles. Yes, I do say tadpoles. So yeah. Let's get on with it. Better than Spot. She doesn't like human contact. I force her to love me. Come on. Let's get on. Greenhouse update. So still waiting on a few of these guys to make an appearance. Hopefully it won't get too cold for them. They should be fine. They should be a bit more acclimatized to them. So I don't want to plant out anything else. Got rid of the radishes, aubergines and tomatoes just because they just was not working. But I'm a novice. This is what this is about. Experiments and see how what goes wrong and goes right. But I'll plant some more this month. Like I said, I've still got aubergines up there and tomatoes still. So I will be planting them every month so we get a constant supply. But if you can see, little lettuces are coming up. And also the cucumbers. We have one. Also the peas. The peas are coming up. So hopefully next week I might set up the smaller greenhouse, which is there. And move anything that's will grow into them, and then just keep this one as starting off. I have no idea where I'm going to pull it yet. Falcon of Boston, Philipsville Tricks. As it's springtime, Falcon is very protective of little Spardy. So he sees everyone as a threat to his potential mate, although she has been spayed, so there's going to be no baby rabbits. I've had enough of baby rabbits. So it's a little bit of the greenhouse, but as it's nice and warm in here, this is where I put the tadpoles, and look! They're developing! So last week we got them out of the pond to make sure they didn't pollute the water in case they had died, and also give them a little bit of a helping hand, and randomly they have survived. Although they were in a solid block of ice. So they might have been in the middle and well protected. There is a few little dead ones in there. Some of the eggs haven't made it, but there's a good majority that have. I was going to release them this weekend, but obviously weather-wise. So I might release them next weekend, still give them a little bit of a kickstart. So hopefully we'll have lots of tadpole once they're out in the pond. Hopefully they'll grow up nice, big and strong. And we get lots more frogs this year. Last night we were out here listening to all the frogs mate and call. That was pretty cool. That's a ribbon. So yeah, a little update on the tadpoles. We're quite chuffed about that they survived. I do apologise, I am looking a little bit hobo-ish. Moustache is no idea what's going on the moustache today. Beard could do with a trim. Hair's going as well today. And keep that covered. So yes. That's a little bit of update on the babies. Yeah, let's go walk around the rest of the garden. So I did buy some compost. This is going to be solely used for the seedlings, just to get them started off, and then they can then go into the garden, and that's where all the animal waste will go on to and help neutralise the soil and stuff like that. Neutralise? Add nutrients to the soil, not neutralise. So yes, quite cheap as well. Home bargains, £1.99. for a big old bag. I do plan on getting some mushroom compost, which is going to be really good in the garden, but as of yet I've not got his number, so it's a man with a van with some compost. There we go, compost. All the bulbs are still coming up strong. I honestly can't remember what I've planned to do. I know there's tulips, and there's something else, and something else. I had loads of bulbs, which I just brought, that were like 10p each, and chucked them in. But they seem to be doing alright. Or something keeps on eating them. It's either slugs or possibly slugs, I think, but hopefully this frost kills them off. But then we do need slugs to feed the predators. So that's why we've created the wildlife garden. It's to encourage an entire ecosystem, food chain. So although you've got the pests, you'll bring the predators in. So lots of flowers and things like that. We'll bring in the bees, wasps, predator insects that will keep control of the pests. So therefore I have to use less harmful chemicals. I don't plan on using chemicals at all, but obviously water is a chemical, so anything harmful that will last in the environment I don't want to use. That's all about the permaculture. So that's the bulb garden, if you like. Rock garden is gradually coming back to life. So we've still got lots of sedum. Sedum's done really well. I actually brought 2 new plants today. I'm going to leave them inside over the weekend so they can stay warm. Because otherwise it's going to be too cold and they'll die off. The Acer, let me get that into focus. Let me try again. That's not going to focus, but you can see all the little buds coming up. So that's going to start hopefully coming out soon. Everything else is, I might trim that back actually, but that does provide a lot of cover over the hidey house. What the hell's that? The hides and stuff for the little critters that live around the pond. Still no parsnips. Rhubarb's doing really well though. And there's buds on there pretty much everything. Could do with taking down that raspberry actually. Gooseberry's coming back to life. Yeah, this one coming on. Pond's back to life now. Still going to take a while, another month or 2 for everything to start kicking back in. But lots of big fish still swimming around. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare. So yeah, they've all woken up and swimming around, so hopefully they'll start growing up soon. There's going to be lots of food for them in the pond. So yeah, a little bit update on that. All the fern garden is not in its best state, but it's still warming up, so hopefully springtime these will start coming up. They all had spores on them last year, so there's still some there. Those will come off and spread, so hopefully this will just start building up. They accidentally got caught on my welly boots on the way home from the woods. As per usual, Saskia is nowhere to be seen. It's too cold and windy. I know she came out in the snow, but it was a bit of novelty for her, so that's why she came out in the snow. You can tell where she eats, can't you? Look at all those peanut shells. I'll come on to Saskia at the end. Yeah, pretty much garden at the moment. Like I said, there's not much going on because everything's still waking up. Lots of birds in my climate here as well. God, there we go, we got focus, there we go. So hopefully everything starts coming back to life. Chickens are still wrecking the garden, get them back into focus. So we are going to level that and gravel it. So that's going to be a big job. Might have to get some help for that, if I can't do anything. There you go, a little update on the garden. Budley is coming back to life as well. There you go, pretty much the garden as it is of now. That's pretty much it for this episode. There's not much I can do today. I probably could, but it's too cold and I'm not going to lie, I want to go inside where it's nice and warm. I've already been up the woods for 4 hours this morning with the dogs. Let Teddy out a bit of a little explore in the shed, it's nice and warm. So let me tell you a bit about Saskia. So My friend's got squirrels in her garden, and her dog ran out into the garden, was digging around in the bush. So my friend went to say hello to see what it was, and it was a baby squirrel. So she managed to get her out of her dog's mouth, because little Star likes to eat everything. Hey little Star. So she did put it in a box to see if Mum would come back. Mum didn't come back. Well, she did, but didn't want anything to do with her. So I had a message. Hey, can you help me? So she brought Saskia around and explained what you'd have to do. So it's quite a lot of work to hand raise a baby animal. So I've had a slight experience. So Saskia stayed with us. She was fed on Whiskas cat milk. Just a little pot you get from pretty much everywhere. So she's on that. She's fed every 2 hours for the first week. And then I started lengthening the time between feeds. She then chose to go to work with the other half in the salon. Ever heard it? So you get up while I was at work, so you could feed her. She then was moved on to cat milk with a rodent pellet like powder, which was put in with the milk, so it was like as a weaning food. Then she was on that for a good couple of weeks, and then until she was sort of more independent, and then that was just put in a bowl for her rather than me hand feeding her. And so then she gradually grew up. With squirrels, they can become quite well. They normally become really aggressive, even if they're hand raised. Saskia's never been aggressive. She's been miserable, but she's never once really bitten me. So she's had quite a few aviaries. She's escaped quite a few aviaries. Trick to get her back is a donut. She likes a good donut. She likes little treats. But like I said before, we don't give her that many. So now she gets fed monkey nuts, rodent pellet, which I just get from the shop, just like a generic rodent like rat pellet, or sometimes I get like a muesli just as a little treat. She gets fruit and veg, like peelings and stuff like that, pretty much like the rabbits. So yeah, she comes out when she wants, gets a bit of food, goes back in. Winter and autumn is always barely see her, because she doesn't really come out that much. She does go into sort of a semi-hibernation, which is it's called a torpor. Torpor? Is that the right word? Something like that anyway. So she sort of does go into like a semi-hibernation. Because she's got food on tap, she puts on weight, which what she should do during winter. That's why she gets quite tubby. But she goes a little bit extra. She gets a little bit extra tubby. But come springtime, summer, she slims right down. She's a lot more active. She's a bit more playful. She comes out in the morning to do her yoga. She has a good old stretch. Yeah, I would like to get her on the video today, but she's not having any of it today. I tried and she just said no. So yeah, a little bit about Saskia. I have got a video somewhere where, as I said, of a little baby being fed, so I'll add that to the end of the video. Let me know what else you want to talk about. It's a little teddy, you said you got. I could do the rabbits next week. Talk about Falcor and Sparty. Oh, little tedders. He's a little bit special, Teddy. Teddy! Teddy! He's still cuddly at the moment. When it comes into springtime, he sees me as his girlfriend, so he gets a little bit nippy. So I literally have to say hello and then run away. What are you doing? You really are a bit special, aren't you? So yes, that's it for episode 8. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Don't forget to comment, share as well. Hopefully next week I'll have a little bit more to show you. I know this episode's not that interesting. We get to see Teddy being Teddy. So yes, we've seen a few animals today. And hopefully I can start actually properly gardening soon. As soon as I cannot wait for it to start to warming up so I can start doing things. Anyway, that's it. Catch y'all later. Again, I do apologise, like looking like a hobo. Oh god, I look so good. Anyway, so yeah, toodle pip. You know how animals like to prove you wrong? So Saskia came out eventually. I did put some food in, so that's probably why she came out. She doesn't like to share, Saskia. Squirrel bum. Back. Something like that. Give her a bit of fruit bread. It's a bit cold. That's not a treat. Again, not that many treats. So yes, today was about you. Yes, about you. I'm not gonna take your food. Girl. Choices. So yes. There's Saskia. Over and out.